Ciao ragazzi, so today I'm going to bring you some different kinds of news. This also is a trigger warning to service a purpose of there are topics of abuse here, all the way down to SA. I don't want to hear from you guys, oh, I never got a warning or anything, and then complain at me afterwards because what I'm going to talk about is off limits for you. So this is your one and only warning. This is where I give you a couple seconds to collect your thoughts and then stop listening if this is going to bother you. So we go from here into the topics. As of 2024, there will not be any more free fandom commissions. The reason for this is several of them. The first and foremost is I have spent the past 20 years listening to furries abuse over everything. Oh, I don't like your style. Why don't you draw more toony? Why don't you draw more realistic? Why don't you have so and so famous furries popular style? It never stops. So it's this blatant abuse for the past 20 years. I was happier without the fandom. There's not to say that there isn't good. Please do not put words into my mouth. I'm saying that in everything that has been going on over the years and years, the decades here, nothing I do makes anybody happy. It just doesn't make anybody happy. And I have played this game of making things, running around trying to make things that you guys like. And every time I do that, all I get is hate. This has come down to many forms, including all the way down to death threats. It is not worth it. I've even had people take a commission slot just to turn around and use it as a form to abuse me afterwards. They purposely give me a character sheet that's incorrect or old so that I color their character wrong or draw their character wrong just so they could go post a big beware afterwards because, look, he's a bad guy because he got my stuff wrong. No, it is inappropriate and I don't want to do it anymore. It's happened several times. I don't want to do it anymore. And the other disheartening thing is this. When I see new people, the new people get all this love and adoration and sunshine and rainbows and sprinkles and all this support. I get maybe 1% of that. Maybe 1%. If I'm lucky, I get 1% of it. I do not get hardly any of this praise and love and everything that this fandom speaks about. Instead, I am one of the people that ends up feeling like a lot of the younger ones that you've pushed away. There was a fursuit builder / artist. They just recently posted a YouTube video about things that happened to them with some, popular guy in your fandom that everybody puts up on a pedestal and everything, which is normal. Happens all the time. And it's like, you don't get to be popular within the furry fandom without being problematic. And on top of that, when when I have to encounter people, there's very, very few people that have been pleasant over the years. So I just don't have a place in the fandom anymore. I don't have any, I don't mind making pre-made stuff. But I really just don't want to take custom orders because every time I do, it's always abuse. And, maybe I get lucky and, 3 out of 10 is not, but there's always somebody that's unhappy with something that I do and it's always complaining at me. And even with commissions, oh, well, I thought you were going to draw in so-and-so style. Well, what made you think that? This is my work, my style, my business. Like, what made you think I was going to copy so-and-so? Well, because everybody else that I asked does it. Well, good for them. Go back and go order from them then. Like, do not bother me unless you actually like my stuff. On the topic of, chasing new furries out of the fandom and even older ones, we're going to go around with, this last one was another sexual assault victim. So this is very prevalent in the fandom. I have come across it myself personally. It is not something I'm going to get into. It's not worth it. I have also ran into problematic people problematic artists, I should say. Some of them are still around and very popular. They are put high up on a pedestal, and everybody just praises them, even though they have done creepy things. And they've been really awful to people. But you don't get to be popular unless you are problematic. I came to the fandom because cute artwork and fursuits. Just basically the art side. That's all I came for. I did not come for all the other things that have happened over the years. I have had my fair share of people being, just outright rude and telling me things like, well, why don't you draw your OCs a different way? Or why, I don't like their design. Or I've had people get mad at me because, oh, what do you mean I can't make lewds of your child-friendly OCs? Because I said no. No is no. I said no. I said no, and if I say no, then don't do it. Don't do it, and then, by the way, yes, I'm aware that R34 exists, and I'm aware that you guys are going to do whatever you want anyway. But also be aware that I do have friends, followers, etc., that if this stuff pops up on any of their timelines ever, or they just happen to stumble across it, they're going to show it to me. They're going to tell me about it, and I'm going to come for you. And it's not going to be nice. If you don't want me to come after you, don't break my little rules. If I say no lewds of my characters, I mean no lewds of those specific characters. You don't want me to yell at you for it? I don't know, just don't do it then. That makes sense, yeah? So with everything, I just, going to go to pre-mades. I'm also going to shut comments off on everything. I'm also going to shut down DMs. The only method for contacting me for anything is for business, and it will be email. I will get with anybody that I have been chatting with, that is like my, buddies and stuff, and I will get like any Telegram, Facebook Messenger, because this is unacceptable. This has gone on for 20 years, when I was just doing like, fandom work with Balto fandom and Spirit fandom and, Lion King fandom back in the day. That's where I started with. And as soon as furries found me on DeviantArt, it was just constantly, well, you're not good enough. And then what I see now is, over the years of offering commissions to you guys, I have had to dramatically reduce my prices. Reduce, because you're always beating me up over my prices. And not only that, is now I've offered something for a measly $5. Way less than minimum wage for an hourly wage. And they take me more than an hour to do. And I still get beat up over that even. And then I got beat up over the little holiday your character hears because, well, they're not anthro, or they're not this, or they're not that, and I'm just tired of it. I've even gotten beat up over this personal art, most personal art of what I created this year, and I've had enough of it. I've had enough where I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to, make my stuff in peace. I want to be happy again. I want to be happy like I was when I very first started as a kid. You want to gatekeep your fandom. You don't want new people in. You want only your little idol artists, and you don't care what your idols do. You don't care what they do. They could do the most worst thing ever, and you will sweep it under the rug and ignore it. And I'm just tired of that. So I don't want to interact anymore. I just want to post my finished, completed projects. There's Ko-fi, whatever you call it. That is where work in progress will go. I can maintain a shop. I can maintain all kinds of things. And that's the two-facedness in this fandom is enough to drive anybody crazy. It's terrible because now I have to tell you this, and it's like punishing the good people, but the good people are also fed up with it. They're also tired of it. They don't want to do it any more than I do. I don't wish to participate anymore. So this is, yes, I'm still going to be around, but I'm not going to offer commissions. There will be no custom orders. There will only be pre-mades. If you don't like it, don't buy it. It's that simple. Don't like it, don't buy it. Don't come at me with death threats and everything else because you don't like something that I do. That is unacceptable, and it has to stop. Go do whatever it is you're gonna do, and of course you're gonna put up a beware because now I quote unquote blew up on you for quote unquote no reason. I did not. This was a long time coming. And people are like, "Oh, just ignore them. Ignore them. Oh, it's furry drama. This is not just furry drama. It's not just furry drama when it gets down to assault, death threats, all of the different forms of abuse. These are all red flags, not furry drama. What happened to we're like the best group ever and we do all this, oh, and because we make donations, that makes our behavior okay. Not the case. It's not how this works. I was literally just a kid. I was a kid. I was on DeviantArt, minding my own business back in the day, and immediately within 1 year of creating that account, I deleted it. 6 years had gone by before I made a new DeviantArt. That's how bad this is. Then it was beating me up even for programs that I use or even the art supplies. And it was always, well, you need to have professional art supplies. So, young teenage me went out and got Prismacolor. Guess what? That didn't magically make my art any better. It didn't magically change the quality of my art. But the furries told me I had to get these very, very, very expensive, quote-unquote, professional brands, or else my art was worthless, and I was worthless. Coming online and making my stupid little drawings and making my costumes and stuff and plushies was an escape for me. Escape from what? Well, escape from my shitty home life, okay? Unlike some of you, I was not the rich kid. I was not the spoiled little rich kid who was pampered and had such a generous and loving and kind family that just loved them unconditionally. No, I did not have that. I had a family, and I still have a family, that I'm trying to silence as much as I can because that's how awful they are to me. And that can resonate with some of you. But on the flip side, that's my online stuff was an escape from them. It was my little happy place, and unfortunately, over the years, over the past 20 years, furries have ruined that for me. I'm not allowed to create anything, not even this piece of art that you see right here, without people jumping on me. They will jump on me, and it's immediate harassment, immediate death threats, constantly putting me down, constantly telling me that I'm a failure, that I'm worthless, and so much more. And you remember when there was a saying that if people tell you something, repeat long enough that you kind of internalize it? I've already had that from my real life. Now I have that from the internet as well. I have that from the furries. And I'm tired of feeling that way. I'm tired of feeling awful. I'm tired of being made to... Immediately, as soon as I post something, I'm made to feel awful about it. Because, oh no, something on it is not perfect. And I'm made to feel bad about it. You make me feel bad about every little thing that I create. And I don't want to do it anymore. I just want to make my stuff, post it, be happy. If you like it, smash that like button. But if you don't like it, please go away. Why are you here? Why do you stalk and harass and dox people? And why do you just obsess with people that you do not like? Leave them alone. Go somewhere else. Unless that person is doing something illegal, or, for instance, you guys wouldn't stop a known pedo, so you'll be willing to ignore that, but you can't ignore somebody like me just existing, but you can't leave me alone. You have to dox, stalk, harass, assault every little chance that you get. And I've had it not just online. I've also had it at furry meets, furry conventions I've met with it. And then I get yelled at because how dare I go to anime conventions or Comic-Con or whatever. How dare I do cosplay that's not furry. How dare I draw things that are not furry. Maybe the world doesn't revolve around the furry fandom. Have you thought of that? Go to therapy. Go get a life. And before people say, well, but that's going to be smaller people, insignificant. No, it has been numerous of your idealistic, popular people. If you've made it this far, congratulations. Um, I'm once again very sorry for the people that this doesn't apply to, but it's really not worth my time or headache or hassle to continue putting up with these people. What people are going to come back and say with this is, well, this is gotta most definitely be the younger furry. Guess what? No, it's not. It's actually people that are at least their late 20s, if not my age. Hi, I'm in my mid 30s, all the way up to people that are now in their 50s. Or, these are people that I've encountered